Well, today we're going to talk about your relationship with your mind, which is one of the most important relationships you'll ever have, because you are not your mind. And it kind of sounds weird when you say that and when you think about it, because we all assume that we are our mind. And for example, if you get in an argument with someone and you walk away and all of a sudden you're still talking about that argument, or you're still stressing about it, an hour later, and like if it's still happening, you're still living it. And that is what I'm saying. You're not your mind. You're not that experience of that mind constantly talking and yabbering and stuff like that. In our society, what's happened is that we have sought to understand ourselves, always looking at the exterior world, whether it's reading self-help books or whatever it may be. We're taking medication, for example, but we're always looking at our outside for answers. And I will tell you that the best answers for you to develop a relationship with your mind have to come from within, for you to develop your own understanding of how it impacts your life and your own patterns and how to break some of those patterns. I've had 13 years in the psychology field, whether it's in my education, my career, and what I've come to realize is that, the mind is one of the most powerful things that we have. And whether it's creating ideas and seeing those ideas come into our reality, whatever it may be, what you focus on is what's going to impact that. So today I just want to give you a couple different things that you can do to develop a better relationship with your mind, to be able to cut some of the patterns that you might have and see what benefits you and doesn't benefit you. Because once you bring some of those things into awareness, what you realize is that you'll be able to more easily change your life in whatever way that you want. One of them is you should keep a daily journal. A daily journal is very powerful because it helps you write down some of the things that happen, and then you can reread it and see some of the patterns that you might have. See some of the triggers that you might have. Did you get frustrated that day? Did you get angry? Did something really bring joy to your life? Are you trying to help define your purpose? If you are, keeping that journal will help you understand some of those things and how you can use them to benefit you. Another part is also keeping a gratitude journal. If you keep a gratitude journal, it can be very powerful because it can help you focus more on the things that you should be grateful for across your life. Whether that's, interactions or whatever it may be, but it helps your mind focus on that. And part of it is you're taking control, and this is step number 3, or part number 3, you're taking control of your reticular activating system. And I've mentioned this in other videos, but the way it works is that it's only aware of about 1,000 bits of information. So you have all this information coming at you at all times. So if you keep a gratitude journal, it's only going to focus on the things that you can be grateful for. So that's one of the powerful things. And you can put it as part of your journal and just have a gratitude segment where you can say like 3 things that you're grateful for that day, or 3 positive interactions, or whatever it may be that's going to put you in a state of gratitude, which again is very powerful. Focus on the now. That's the next step, or the next part. If you focus on the now, and when your mind starts wandering off about the bills you have to pay, starts wandering off about your past, and how that, or whatever problems, if you can't fix it right now, then you shouldn't be focusing on it. And the better you can get at stopping your brain from going down that rabbit hole, the more you can focus on the things that you really want in your life. And the more you can develop that relationship with your mind when you are in control of your mind instead of your mind being in control of you. Because part of the problem is that we're saturated by information. And this is, done on purpose a lot of times, because obviously psychologists are paid commercials or paid when every different thing, corporations, of how to influence people. And that's part of the reason that our minds, the way they do that, we're constantly needing that interaction. So learning to unplug is part of being in the now. Look at your surroundings. What's in your surroundings? Listen to the noises and just focus on you and your breathing. That's one way that you can get back in the now right away. So again, cut out all the conversations that shouldn't be there. And then if you're able to do that, then focus on the now, which can make a big difference, again, developing that relationship. Visualize. So if it's something that you want to create, this is another part that you can do. Visualize it, see it. So if your mind is going to go scatterbrained, instead of going to something negative, focus on something positive. So visualize what you want to create, because your mind, again, will find ways to be able to create that in your life. Another part is use affirmations. Tell yourself the statements that you want in your life on a consistent basis. And when you don't do it, after you've done it for a while, it starts becoming unconscious. So your unconscious mind will actually tell itself these things, whether it's to improve your memory, whether it's to develop better relationship, better communication, whatever it is, you're going to see a big impact just by the words that you stated. And actually, Albert Einstein, which is one of the greatest brains that we've had in our history, talks about that. all his thoughts and idea didn't come from overanalyzing or overthinking and all these different things. It actually came from him stopping his mind, focusing in the now, and just being present and quiet. And when you quiet your mind, what you'll find is that you can develop that relationship with it. You can heal your life in a lot of different ways. You can find your purpose and meaning. You can come up with new ideas of creating different things that you want out of your own reality. So again, if you're going to dedicate time to anything, it can be Candy Crush, or whatever it is, Facebook. It can be things in your exterior world. Remember, it's just as important to develop time to focus on your interior world and taking control of your mind instead of having it control you. Till next time, I hope you enjoy the video. I'll be posting more to help you with whatever way I can.